everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Sarah, and today we're going to be discussing Last Call at the Local by Sarah Grunder Ruiz.
The first few minutes, we're going to do a brief review of this story without any spoilers. Then we are going to shift into a deeper book discussion. It's going to include lots of spoilers, but don't worry, we're going to let you know before we do shift into that deeper book discussion.
That's right. So before we dive in, Amy, tell us what this is all about.
When a traveling busker gets her instruments and equipment stolen while in Ireland, she finds herself in a local pub, unknowingly meeting and flirting with the pub owner. He offers her a job on the spot as the new entertainment coordinator so she can work to save money to buy new gear. The story focuses on two strangers connecting with each other over struggles that they each experience and building a foundation of trust and love. Sarah, what did you think about Last Call at the Local?
Okay, well, all of our listeners know that if it has humor, I am immediately hooked, and this story delivers right in that first little chapter, and it carries all throughout. But what really drew me to the story is the discussion of people living with ADHD and OCD, and maybe both. And you know that I love anything that's going to shed light, give us just a little bit of glimpse of what life is like for somebody with maybe some struggles that they're facing or challenges. So I found the story very enlightening and intriguing, as well as humorous all throughout. I loved it. What did you think?
Yeah, I really enjoy reading stories that cover topics that I'm unfamiliar with.
Right.
And that is something that I was unfamiliar with. It gives me a different perspective on challenges that people face and insight to what they deal with, like you mentioned. The banter in this story was so light
good.
and fun. I loved it so much. And this story, I just really enjoyed it.
I did too.
Let's get into our ratings. Angst.
Okay, angst. This was just a 1.5 for me. There was a little bit of angst, but for the most part, she keeps it pretty. She allows enough humor flowing throughout that it didn't feel overwhelming. What did you think?
Same. I gave it 1. It wasn't overly angsty to me. There weren't a lot of moments where I struggled to see how it was going to circle back. And I didn't really feel like it was heavily angst.
Yeah, agree.
Humor.
This was a 3.
Okay.
She has it all throughout. Do you think that's too high?
I was a little lower.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I just thought it was funny. Like, all throughout, she just allows, like, whether it was internal dialogue or they were actually talking to each other, it was just, I found it humorous.
I gave it a 2. So I was a little, there are definitely comedic moments, and I found myself laughing and chuckling throughout the story.
Yeah.
Spiciness.
This was a 1.25 for me.
Okay, I did a 1.
Yeah.
So we were close.
It wasn't, like, over the top. It's got some scenes that are pretty good, but it's not a...
Yeah. And it's a slow burn.
Yes.
Only a handful of scenes, and they were pretty tame, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Tears.
This was just like a 1.
I did a 2.
Did you?
Yeah, I was a little higher.
Okay.
I didn't cry. Go ahead.
I didn't. No, I'm trying to think if I cried. I don't remember crying. I felt for the characters, but I wasn't, I don't know. I didn't feel...
There were some scenes that I'll get into in the deeper discussion that just really kind of tugged at my heartstrings. I didn't cry, but it just really made me saddened for specifically the male main character, what he is enduring. So, right, overall.
Overall, this was a 4.25 for me.
Me too.
It was such a good story.
Yeah. I love an Irish male main character.
Yeah.
He is Irish. Let me just clarify that. I love the chemistry between the two MCs and their way of navigating through what normal means to them. I really enjoyed this story a whole lot.
I did too.
All right, that wraps up our quick review of this story. If you would like to continue the deeper discussion with us, simply click the link below or open any podcast platform and search Post-Book Depression. We would love to hear from you, connect with you. You can find us on social on Instagram at Post-Book Depression Podcast, on Facebook in our Post-Book Depression discussion group. You can also email us at postbookdepressionpodcast@gmail.com.